On February 4th, 2019, a Canadian Pacific Railway unit grain train hauling 112 loaded hopper cars derailed while descending uncontrolled on a steep mountain grade near Field, British Columbia, fatally injuring 3 crew members. Our thoughts and condolences continue to be with those who lost their loved ones during this accident. Today, in addition to explaining what happened and why, the Transportation Safety Board of Canada is issuing 3 recommendations aimed at making cold weather train operations safer through mountainous rail territory. Specifically, we are calling for enhanced test standards and time-based maintenance for brake cylinders on freight cars operating on steep descending grades in cold ambient temperatures. The installation of automatic parking brakes on freight cars, prioritizing those used in bulk commodity unit trains on mountain grade territory. And for Canadian Pacific Railway Company to demonstrate to Transport Canada that it can effectively identify hazards and assess and mitigate risks using all available information. Now, I'd like to remind Canadians that in accordance with our enabling legislation, the sole purpose of the TSB is to advance transportation safety by conducting independent investigations, determining causes and contributing factors, identifying safety deficiencies, and making recommendations to reduce them. We do not assign fault or determine civil or criminal liability.
The relief crew took over and were preparing to resume the trip when the train began to creep forward at around 12:42 a.m. The train gradually accelerated uncontrolled down the steep mountain grade, reaching 53 miles per hour, a speed well in excess of the maximum authorized speed for this section of track. As the train was at this speed, the train was not able to negotiate the sharp 9.8 degree curve immediately before the Kicking Horse River Bridge. 2 locomotives and 99 cars derailed, and the 3 relief crew members were fatally injured. Now I'll turn to the main findings of our investigation. The investigation found that several factors contributed to the train's degraded braking performance. While the train had passed the required brake test in Calgary prior to departure, these tests have their limitations. They only show if the brakes will apply and release, but not how effective they are, particularly in cold ambient temperatures. Based on the weight of the train, the track gradient, and the stopping distance, the investigation determined that the brake effectiveness of the train during the emergency stop was in the 60 to 62% range. After the train had been stationary for approximately 3 hours, the brake effort had further degraded to less than 40% of the maximum and could no longer hold the train on the steep mountain grade. The main factors were the passage of time, the extreme cold temperatures, and the leakage of brake cylinder pressure.